Time in YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Deck Profiles. Today we are going to be looking over a Ho-Oh Volcanion build. Ho-Oh is a fantastic card that came out in Burning Shadows. A lot of people were giving it skepticism because of the high energy cost, as you're going to see, but there's a lot of answers to it, so let's see if we can get it to run this time. So Ho-Oh GX is the 190 HP Fire-type basic Pokemon, very bulky, very able to take a hit. Has two fantastic attacks, one of them being Sacred Fire. For one fire, two colorless, your attack is going to do 50 damage to whichever Pokemon you choose. So it can snipe, it can hit the active, it can do a lot of things, which is a very versatile attack. Then you have Phoenix Burn, which is your primary attack for the game. And that is going to be, for 3 fire, 1 colorless, you're going to do 180 damage. Now, 180 damage is a ton of damage. You are going to get some one-hit KOs, but for the most part, you are going to need to increase this damage in some way. The other downside to this is you cannot use Phoenix Burn on the following turn, at least not on this particular version of Ho-Oh GX. You also have Eternal Flame GX, 1 fire, 2 colorless. You get to put 3 in any combination of Fire-type Pokemon, GX or Pokemon EX from your discard pile back onto your bench. So this is a really cool way if something has gotten knocked out. You can use your GX attack to bring stuff back. Very, very nice tech. But let's talk more about that Phoenix Burn. Let's try and get that damage increased up. And by doing so, we are partnering it up with Volcanion EX. Volcanion EX, as much as he is one of the old EXs, he's still in the game. Volcanion EX has 180 HP, it is a fire water type Pokemon, basic of course, has the steam up ability. Once during your turn, you may ditch a fire energy, and if you do, your basic fire type Pokemon are going to be doing 30 more damage. This increases our Phoenix Burn attack power up to 210. Then you can do more if you want, because you can always have more Volcanions, you can stack the abilities, and you can get out some massive damage with Ho-Oh GX with that rate. If for whatever reason Volcanion EX does need to attack, it does have the Volcanic Heat, 2 fire, 1 colorless, 130 damage, however he can't attack next turn either. We are partnering up with a Baby Volk. Baby Volk is 130 HP Fire-type Pokemon, that's why it's the baby. Has Power Heater. You can choose 2 of your bench Pokemon and attach Fire Energy based on your discard from your discard pile back to them. This is great for starting the game, especially if you can't pull a Keyway. Keyway is our fastest way of getting energy down onto the bench. However, that we do have other ways of doing so if for whatever reason we do not have a Keyway, or Keyway for whatever reason is prized as well. Getting our energy back from the discard pile is very, very necessary. So Starmie is going to be our huge way of getting it. It has that amazing ability, Space Beacon. Once during your turn, you may ditch a card from your hand. If you do, put 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile back into it. This lets you get whatever you need to reuse your Steam up abilities, whether it be to use Ho-Oh GX one more time. There's a lot of great things for it. It's setting up your Pokemon. Lastly, for Pokemon is the Tapu Lele GX. Obviously, this is coming. Now, the big problem with this deck is you are going to be having a lot of bench space used for your Volcanions and your Ho-Ohs and your Starmie. So, you may not want a 3-card Tapu Lele in the deck, but I do find that if you get one prized, you can't start up early. Now, as well, I am not running a Bridget line, so you don't have that first turn power up like you usually would. And the reason for that is because we have a lot of ways to get Pokemon back that normally you wouldn't necessarily be able to anyway. And you can't bridge it for Volcanion EX anyway. So there's half our powerhouse just gone anyway. Moving on to our other trainers here, we do have the Field Blower. Choose up to 2 in any combination of 2 cards in stadiums and remove them, which is very nice to have. Always clears up the field a little bit. I am running Max Elixir. This will help get our energies out of the deck and into our onto our bench, especially if I get a second Ho-Oh on the field. You can always Keyway 1 turn, but you don't want to lose 2 turns right off the bat to Keyway. So you want to try and keep your momentum flowing, get those knockouts, and while you're doing that, also powering up your next Ho-Oh in case your first one does go down. Next up, we do have the Rescue Stretcher. We have 2 of them in case Pokemon do decide to get to the discard. This way I don't really have to use that GX attack. I can just keep going for major attacks through and through. We've obviously got Ultra Ball. This will help us get those Pokemon that we can't get from other reasons. We are running the Brooklet Hill, which is a fantastic stadium for us because it does let us get our Staryus and our Volcanions from the deck and just put them right onto the field. I'm obviously running Guzma. Guzma is going to be a staple in pretty much every deck. I've got 3 copies of them in this one. It lets you switch your opponent's benched, one of their benched Pokemon for their active, and then you switch your active with one of your benched. Very, very clutch card. Gets you out of really weird situations. If you've got 2 Ho-Ohs on the go, it can let them use their Phoenix Fires together. It's great. We are running 4N. And for Sycamore. Now you have the opportunity here to change up a few things. Because of Ho-Oh's high HP, you can run something, like you can run an Acerola. If you don't feel comfortable not running it, you can run a Bridget, but it's not necessary for this deck. But we are going into our last few things here, and that is the Fighting Fury Belt. Choice Band is cool because it can get you a lot more damage. But Fighting Fury Belt is going to make Ho-Oh a lot more bulky, which is a big thing for this. Ho-Oh is a very bulky basic Pokemon. It's got 190 HP, which is absolutely incredible. Fighting Fury Belt will push that to 230, which means you are going to at least take a hit. Which means your Ho-Oh that you've invested a lot of time in with that Keyway, with that energy drop, will be able to get a ton more usage out of for using Fighting Fury Belt over Choice Band. That being said, you're going to get a 10 damage boost here, which puts you up to a nice 190, which again, that lets Ho-Oh GX one Oko other Ho-Oh GX, if you're going to be playing against them. And then you can also have that opportunity to Volcanion, which puts you up to that 230 mark? No, puts you up to 220, I believe. So 220, so if you Volcanion twice, you'll be able to actually hit those 250 HP mons, which is really cool. Lastly, for trainer cards, we do run the Float Stones. This way, we can actually get these Tapu Leles, Volcanions, and all those kind of things out of the active position when we don't want them there. And we are running only 10 Fire Energies. This may not be enough to run the whole engine. Again, these are always staple decks. You guys can rearrange them however you please. Let me know, of course, the changes and modifications that you guys do after you've seen the deck run, and if it was interesting to you. But of course, we're going to hit up to the good old versus ladder to see if we can pull a few wins with Ho-Oh Volcanion. Alright guys, match number 1 is against Rue, playing that good old grass fighting water deck? It's grass water, so I can Decidueye, Ninetales. That's what we're going up against today. Safeguard variant? Probably. That's not good, because I do have Baby Volk who can do some damage, but is unfortunately weak to Ninetales. So we are going to be playing first here, see what we can do. We are going to start right with it. Ooh, this is actually an awesome opening hand. We'll be able to burst right away. This is like legit the best opening hand. I can't obviously max elixir or anything, but I can go straight for whatever I need to do. I don't even need to use the energy drop. If I drop maybe another Ho or something, this would be great. No, I get a Brooklet Hill, which is actually really good here. I can just go for a Volcanion, get it right onto the field. That's probably my best play. I can save that energy for the next turn, and I will be just keywaying. This way I can just go straight for those energy drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them all onto Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh will be set up. Now, the big downside to this is Tapu Lele does get that energy drive, and that is going to be 80 damage. So it'll be hitting me for 100 right off the bat if it has a double colorless energy. But with that being said, we're looking pretty good for a turn 1. I can easily go for a volcanic heat, or sorry, I can go for a steam up, which will up my damage output. He is trying to set up these Vulpix. He's going for, it's a Vulpix Golisopod deck, I think, which is kind of cool. But my opponent does have 2 now on the bench. Tapu Lele in front. is just going to hit me for 100, which is the best play they can do. Because this is going to hit me for, like, it's going to dwindle my resources down before I even get a chance to hit. But I will be able to eliminate this Tapu Lele, claiming 2 prizes early, which is very, very nice. And I don't have to steam up for it. Phoenix Burn will just be able to take it out. Now, I can't one-shot any of the other stuff. Ooh, he just goes for a Guzma here, instead of doing the damage, which is kind of cool. If you're going to do that, why would you have attached the energy drop? I don't understand that. Instead, he's going to go for a beacon, which is fantastic. But I do have N in hand, so that is not a fear of mine in the slightest. Now, I could have double energied onto the Volcanion for a retreat possibility, but I didn't, obviously. Now, if I could get another Ho-Oh, this would be great. I could max elixir fire energy onto that new Ho-Oh. And then I could end after and potentially get that float stone, go into my currently fully set up, full HP Ho-Oh, and be good to go. Asking you pretty much shall receive. I'm not gonna sacrifice my fire energy. I'll just grab another Ho-Oh from the back. We'll attach the good old energy to it, and then we'll try and floatstone out of here next turn. So no safeguard Ninetales for you. I did not get the the floatstone though. That is a bit of a problem. We are gonna get a Volcanion down. I can max elixir here, and we do land on a fire energy, which is absolutely wonderful. So my second Ho-Oh will be set up very shortly, and I can get a Staryu line going. But unfortunately, I'm stuck in the active position. I do not have a way to get out, and therefore, we're gonna stay in here. My opponent is also running Marshadow. That's your fighting type in there, but he doesn't get to use anything overly powerful in this deck. The dumbbells are for when he gets Safeguard Ninetales. Just gets another Wimpod onto the field. Does he have? No, he goes for an escape rope. I'm gonna go into my Staryu. Staryu has free retreat, which is amazing. So if he wants to take a prize, he can try off of the Wimpod. He goes into the Tapu Lele, which is absolutely fine. He does only have 1 card left in hand. Just goes for the Alolan Vulpix off of the Brooklyn Hill, and will probably hit me for 40, which will knock me out. We are going to go into the Ho-Oh here. I'm alright with losing Staryu, but I can get another one right now. See? Staryu. We'll just get another one going. I can't get Starmie right now anyway, and I do not want to... That's a 3rd energy drop onto a 2nd Ho-Oh, which is absolutely insane. I'm actually going to Ultra Ball for a 2nd Volcanion, which is all I've got. The other 2 are prized. Boom. Okay, so our bench is full. As you can see, like I mentioned in the deck profile, Tapu Leles may not come in handy for a bit. Now I do have a way to steam up, but I do not need it. So we're just going to go for that good old Phoenix Burn. We're going to eliminate this Tapu Lele. And I will be needing that Guzma for sure. Volcanion and Field Blower. My opponent has a lot of dumbbells for his Pokemon. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be a big thing for this deck. I do need to play around the Volcanion, or sorry, the Vulpix. He is beaconing quite a bit. Now I do not have an N to go off of. I've lost 3 N's so far in the game, which isn't too bad, but it means I'm not going to have that opportunity very soon for it. I got 3 Tapu Leles now in hand. I'm going to Guzma up that Marshadow. Actually, I should Guzma up this one here. and take it out before it evolves. And I should try and set up the Volcanion, the baby Volcanion. Because I can snipe off Marshadow at any time, really. We're going to go into you. We're going to retreat out into you. And I kind of want to field blower away my own stadium here. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of my stadium. Because it's helping my opponent out, and I do not want him to be benefiting from this. I can just hit him with the good old Sacred Fire, hold on to my main attack, and this should be good for this next turn. So let's just go for Sacred Fire onto the active. We'll hit for 60, we take it out, and bam! Goes for a Fire Energy, which is great. Now we can steam up, get all sorts of acceleration going on. Now I have unfortunately used my Guzma, but if he does decide to take out a Pokemon, it'll be fine. And again, I know he's got the Alola Ninetales here, so I will need to get a Guzma at some point in the future. That might have actually been a big waste of a Guzma, but still. We got rid of it. He has no energy. It's actually pretty nice. We're going to try and go for a Max Elixir. Do not grab one. Guzma is up there still. And my opponent is pretty much not letting me play. Considering I got to set up this guy here in order to do anything. And right now my Ho-Oh is just sitting up in the active spot. I don't like that. We unfortunately do just have to pass. Safeguard Ninetales. Well, Luminous Barrier Ninetales. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Goes for that Professor's Letter. Does get 2 additional energies. Has not pulled a Golisopod. Whether it be the non-EX variant, I don't know. But we do get a Float Stone, which is really good. But not really what we're after. We're going to drop it onto a Volcanion. Now we've got a secondary Retreater. I need a energy drop. I need... not an energy drop. Do I have Fire Energy in the discard? No, I don't. I haven't got much in terms of that. Next turn, what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to retreat out of this particular Ho-Oh, grab the 2 energy back with a... let's get Starmie while I can. I can actually ditch Tapu Leles because I don't need them. And we're just going to set up our Starmie. Next turn, though, I'll set up Starmie's attack. I'll be able to retreat out, get those 2 energy back, and drop 1 onto the new Volcanion, and then burn this Safeguard Ninetales out. But for now, unfortunately, my Ho-Oh does have to stay up in the active position. Just another turn. But we have a way to take care of Safeguard Ninetales, or Luminous Barrier Ninetales, which is fine. Which is absolutely fine. We do see that he is playing Golisopod GX, which I am not afraid of when I've got Ho-Ohs on the field. We are in pretty good shape. We will be able to one-shot them, no problem. We do see a Guzma, and he just Guzmas up the other Ho-Oh, which is fine by me. He is going to go for a first impression here, which means now I actually have to go into a main attack. But I'll probably just retreat this one out. Because it gives me the same kind of... It gave us the same kind of reduction. My opponent does give us the win there. There wasn't really a fight at the end there. I could deal with the Safeguard, or the Luminous Barrier Ninetales. I could deal with Golisopod GX. I could deal with Marshadow. Marshadow shouldn't even be in that deck, because Marshadow can't benefit from anything. It doesn't get the attacks from the Ninetales or from the Golisopod. It's literally just getting Beacon. That's what it is, an EX Beaconer. It's not a great card in that deck. But we did showcase how powerful Ho-Oh GX can be with a lot of pressure. We had a lot of damage on the field, and we were going to be able to do a lot more if I didn't get caught with that Luminous Barrier. But let's see how we do in game number 2 if we can manage to come out with a perfect hand like that one was. Alright, match number 2 is against Merceau, playing what looks to be Darkrai. I could be wrong, I could be completely off my rocker, but it might be Darkrai. It's my assumption, is my guess. Could be completely wrong. We're gonna be starting off with Baby Volk though. Our opponent does not have a basic. I do not want to play both of the Volks. It's just too much bench space for this kind of a deck. Umbreon. Okay, so I'm a little wrong. This is actually not a great thing to be seeing in a energy acceleration deck. It is actually the worst thing to be seeing. And I've probably got the worst possible hand I could have. I got a Brooklet Hill. I've got the N. Come on, something good. It's another N. I don't need an N. We're gonna see the E. Oh, now I get the ho-ho. Now we get the ho-ho. So we can drop an energy down over here. We can go for a Brooklet Hill. And again, this is just to get the Volcanion started running. You could go for either Volcanion or Staryu, depending on how you want to play this up. But I don't need Staryu right away, and I'd rather have it safe. I am just going to end. Gives me that free opportunity. I can start... Can I max Elixir? Do I really want to? Am I going to be playing this the old... No, let's hold, because I can Tapu Lele into Kiwi next turn. I can Tapu Lele into Kiwi next turn. That'll be my best play. Dark Energy will be able to evolve that Eevee right into Umbreon. This is why I also wanted to save the energy, in case he does go for something crazy. Now, he can only strafe right now, which is 30 damage. Which is a little bit more if he attacks one of my good old EX Pokemon. Oh, he's going to hit one of my Pokemon. Of course, Guzma turn 1. Now, this may not be the best thing for him. To get 60 damage off turn 1. I want to ditch this Fire Energy, weirdly enough, because I'm going to Kiwi. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball. I'm a step ahead of myself. Alright, so Tapu Lele down. We will go for a Kiwi at this moment in time. And we do not have two. We only have one in the deck right now. But it is our play. I might try and set up... Hold on. Let's just Kiwi. I can do all that kind of stuff in the next turn. Alright, so we got 4 of them. Set up Ho-Oh. If I can get a nice attack off, that would be great. He may take out my Volcanion. I should have actually set up another one, or Staryu with the Brooklet Hill. You know, could have done that, but I did miss out. My opponent will be able to just hit me. But if I can get Volcanion down right now, he's just going to go for... Oh, that was a good play, actually. Very good play. Does go for the good old dark double colorless energy. But if he goes for it and misses out, I can just come in with the Volcanion or double max elixir onto it. So if he wants to waste his GX attack now, that's fine by me. He should be just going for Shadow Bullet, which will do 90 and then 30 to one of my other Pokemon. But he should be not... It should not be lasting very long. It does end here. I don't know why he gave me the crying face. Alakazam! Okay. I haven't seen a Mega Alakazam line in a very long time. That's still one of my favorite arts when you see it, Lugia, and Umbreon just setting up right in the background. Kind of interesting to see how it's going to play out in my opponent's deck, but not something I was expecting him to play. He should be going for either Strafe, or he is going for Shadow Bullet. Will knock out my Volcanion, which is fine. But I have that opportunity now to just knock out his Umbreon. If, of course, I can get a Baby Volk. Or not a Baby Volk. And I can by doing this. Into my hand, we are just going to grab Volcanion. This thing is not set up to do anything. This thing's set up to do a lot of damage. So I'll just be sacrificing a good old energy. It'll get Phoenix Burn to 200. Hold on. We're going to throw a Fighting Fury Belt down. I don't need to really go for any support lines right now. Max Elixir is not going to do me any good yet. We are just going to steam up. And this is where Phoenix Burn will do 220 damage. So your Umbreon is gone. We get a Volcanion and a Kiwi. Kiwi not necessary at this point. It can restart us, which is nice. But we do see the Alakazam just come on up. It's only got 160 HP. I know 160 HP is only an only now, which means it's very, very skeptical to hits, because I could just Guzma. I might drop a Max Elixir, try and get that energy onto the Volcanion, and use it as my free retreater. But my opponent is kind of stuck. My opponent is definitely kind of stuck. We are going to see an Ultra Ball. He's going to go for another Pokemon. Is it going to be that Mega Alakazam? If it is, he will do a little bit of chip damage, but that's it. Nothing over the top. No, he's going for a Tapu Lele, which is a great play. It does get him a supporter that he may need. He has used a lot of versatility. Like I said, though, he used a Guzma early when it really wasn't a necessity, and then he kind of did a few things that he really didn't need to do. Getting rid of my Brooklet Hill was a good idea, but he actually goes for the Sycamore just to keep himself going here. He may have wanted to go for an N if possible, because I do have a lot of stuff in my hand that could be beneficial here. So I know he's putting all that Umbreon line back in the deck. We are going to see a Max Elixir, but it's only going to land on that Tapu Lele, which, again, I'm not overly afraid of. He does need to bring it in still, and we are going to see his Honchkrow line. Oh, this guy's got a lot of Pokemon. We're going to see Floatstone onto this good old Alakazam. Going to hit me for 68, so 140. So I'll actually still be alive. So we get the Oranguru. Nest Ball again. Again, though, I don't have a problem knocking this thing out. I do plan to do a few things to get it knocked out. So we do see Energy Drive. It's going to hit me for 140, which is fine. I'm at to 170. We got our Brooklet Hill, which is absolutely wonderful. I just got to remember to actually use it this turn. And I'd like to land on an energy from this Max Elixir. I do not. That is a big problem. That's a big problem. Let's Guzma up that Necrozma. Sadly, I have to get out of that bad range. This is a time to get Starmie out, because I will be needing to get these energies back very, very soon. And we can just kind of... I don't even want them here, though. I'm just going to pass. I don't want to do the damage because I can knock out things. That's the thing. I can knock stuff out. I just need the Starmie line to get going. I can't get Starmie, though. I'm in a bit of a jam. We are going to see that my Fighting Fury Belt and the Brooklet Hill are going to disappear one more time. Whew, this game's a little harder than I thought it was going to be. But my opponent has not shown any consistency in this deck. It's just I'm getting a little toughened up by a little Tapu Lele over there, if you know what I mean. I take out the Tapu Lele, and this is clear skies from here on to Kansas, or wherever we're going. We're going to see another Ultra Ball. He's ditching down 2 more cards. We've actually got more cards than he does. That's actually insane. I thought we were a lot further ahead than this. I missed what he got, but he's going to probably play it in a second. Gets another Alakazam out. Just goes for a Sycamore. I have not seen a Mega, so if he gets a Mega Alakazam, my Ho-Oh will go down. It is an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. I don't know what he's expecting. I don't know if he runs Spirit Links either. If he does, he should have discarded 1 by now, right? He has not even had 1 yet. I don't know if it's just a common thing, but you'd think you'd see like there's a lot of stuff missing from an Alakazam deck. He does bring in the Tapu Lele, which I'm actually okay with, because if he does decide to go for it, you had to sacrifice. How did you switch? Oh, you used the switch card. Fair enough. Energy Drive is just going to hit for quite a little bit. I've got no way to get out of here. And if I power here... this is bad. I need to start setting up another attacker, because this Ho-Oh could go down if I get sniped. So we're going to get these energies out onto the field. I might be in a lot of trouble, actually. If I can't get this Ho-Oh in to take out this Tapu Lele, or if he Guzma's in my Ho-Oh at any point now, I'm in a very tough position. And he's only used 1 Guzma. Now, I'm alright if he takes out my Volcanion, because again, it puts him in... He'll need to take it out 2 more prizes for sure. And it gives me the opportunity to go into a Tapu Lele, get me an N or a Sycamore, get myself flowing a little nicer. Or I could... Well, I can't do that. I was about to say I could go into a Ho-Oh here, go for another Keyway, do some stuff to keep myself flowing. Can't do that, though. Now, he doesn't have a lot of energy. That is the big thing that I'm noticing. He's gone through 2 Max Elixirs, he's thrown out 2 Double Colorless, and 3... What is going on here? He's going for an Acerola, picks up that good old... Oh. Well, this is a really bad position to be in. Oh, that's not good. I did not see that coming, actually. Okay, I got the Starmie. I don't need to play the Tapu Lele now. I can... We're gonna ditch our Tapu Lele. Grab 2 there. Okay, we're probably going to lose this match now. I'm just going to say that now. I do not feel confident at all in my plays. Gonna drop an energy. I don't think there's a whole lot left in this deck. There's 3. Okay, there's enough to set up Ho-Oh. There is enough to set up Ho-Oh. Unfortunately, I do lose out on my turn, but I have another energy in hand to remove this Volcanion and then start going for some damage. Now, he has taken the Tapu Lele off of the field, which is fine. But if he takes out 1 more EX or GX, we're gone. So I gotta be very careful. He can knock out Volcanion this turn, so regardless of the situation, I will be going down there. We see a Choice Band onto the Necrozma in the back. He just needs to set up for that good old GX attack, and he will win. I got a lot of pressure on me right now. A lot of pressure. Which is insane. It's absolutely insane that this deck that we're currently going up against is actually beating us. It does go for a Guzma, goes for my Volcanion, which is awful. I'm going to be stuck in here. He can just Floatstone out, go for a suppression, and I can't control my next play. He only needs one prize card now. We're actually getting controlled, which is, and it is insane that this is happening right now. We're gonna sacrifice our Starmie, but there's not much I can do here. Like, I'm gonna have to sacrifice more energy. Like, I'm not getting anywhere with this. I should have drawn. Have I drawn a Floatstone at all? No, I have not drawn a Floatstone. So that is the other problem. I have not drawn a way to get myself out of a situation. It's just how it's gonna be. My opponent only needs to take one more prize. He's setting up that Necrozma to pretty much go for the knockout. He can't do it with... He's gonna come in. He's not in range yet. He's gonna go for Black Ray. How is he in range? A Choice Band! Awesome play. I didn't see the Choice Band. So, randomly enough, we got taken out by something that should not have worked. Let's take a look at that deck, because it really, I can't see it really working. Because look at all the Pokemon. Look at all of them. He only runs 2 Mega Alakazams. But he does run a lot of damage, damage movement, able to stall a little bit. Like the Umbreon, he can get out early game. He can go for that Shadow Bullet. It's a really cool game. The Honchkrow is just a one-of, just because it can do stuff. I don't know. But it does not seem consistent in the slightest. Like, he runs 2 ends. I think I just got a little unlucky with the good old plays. I couldn't get a Floatstone. He was controlling my cards. He was a very good player. By all means, I don't think it was anything against him either. He was a very good player, knew exactly what to do, exactly where to go for, and he pulled through. Ho-GX is not something to laugh at, though. You saw the damage output. There were probably a few times that I may want to up the Floatstone count, because there's just no way for me to get out of a position. Another good thing may have been if I had Acerola there, I could have topulated into Acerola, then picked up the active Pokemon and been able to continue on from there. So there are a few cards that I easily could have put in, but I did mention some of them at the start of the deck profile that you could have added in, and it could have upped your game a little bit there. I might next time lower my amount of Tapu Leles, because I do have 3 copies in here. Maybe not necessary. Having just 1 or 2 would be probably suffice. But that is going to be Ho-GX. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys feel the games went. Did I play them wrong? Did I play them right? Of course, my misplays are a regular thing. It's probably half the reason you guys come back here is to see how badly I'm going to play in the next episode. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are brand new here, please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. You guys come out and watch the videos on the regular. But that is going to be it for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, time out.